So now we head to our third and final Minimax race of the opening round of the season. And here is your grid. On the front row, starting from pole position, will be Hugo Gürtel in the Praga chassis running in the 174. Moritz Volber in the 115 will be alongside. Montego Massen from Nies Racing in the 111 will have Austin Lee from Catchme.de in the 107 alongside for row 2. Jonas Ungnada in the number 158 from Nies Racing will have Karlsbad Klims Miko Mikov in the 102 alongside. Then also Karlsbad Klims Adrian Rohr in the 103 will have Tom Müller in the 122 alongside. David Schnell in the Catchme.de 112 entry will have Maximilian Schreier in the 166 alongside on row 5, thereby completing the top 10. Leandro Fischer from RS Competition and David Chiruk from Schollenberger Racing, who both did not finish the previous race, will start on the 6th and final row of the grid. So 9 minutes set on the timer, plus an additional lap. So we're now on to the formation lap for the final time for Minimax. They will return to racing action tomorrow morning at 11:40 local time here in East Germany. So we'll be down to Gürtel and Volber that will have to control the pace. Air temperature now has increased to 23 degrees Celsius. The sun now starting to beat down, and the track very, very much improved as to the hefty rain, torrential rain, and also the thunderstorm that we had this morning. A very different set of circumstances as we get towards the business end of the first day of racing this season after a 4-month wait, 4-month delay. Right, into the tram lines we go. Revs rise. Lights are out, they're off and away. And a good start by Austin Lee. Oh my God, he's just gone right from 4th position up into 1st position before we'd even got to turn 2. Austin Lee absolutely nailed that start clinically. As the entire field makes its way down into the infield section. So Austin Lee jumps all the way up into 1st position, having got past Moritz Volber in the process. So all 12 drivers have made it through at the minute. As Austin Lee starts to get away, Hugo Gürtel now, who started from pole position, down in 2nd position at the minute, and is leading a significant train of karts. Call that a total of a 6 karts train as they come around the final corner. Austin Lee will have a bit of a lead here. 1 second. Montego Massen now trying to go past Hugo Gürtel and has got Jonas Ungnada trying to go through too. Ungnada tabs the back bumper of Massen, and that allows Miko Mikov to try and go side by side into turn 5. And Miko Mikov trying to keep it planted around the outside. Can't keep it there, and that is going to allow We have 7 minutes of this race remaining, plus an additional lap. The battle still raging on between Montego Maassen and Jonas Ungnade, who now are completing the top three as Hugo Goethel drops to fourth position in the process. Miko Mikov, David Schnell now up into fifth and sixth respectively. Tom Müller in seventh ahead of Leandro Fischer, who's having a much better day in the office now. Up into eighth place goes the 136 from RS Competition. Second and third place still battling away, but the amounts of steering input I've just seen from Hugo Goethel trying to wrestle the kart back onto the racing line is compromising the Kartsport Klim driver, but then, the Praga driver, as Miko Mikov from Kartsport Klim is right on the back bumper, as Montego Maassen right in the slipstream now of Jonas Ungrada from Nies Racing, who has got past, as up the inside, looks like there's been a change, a little bit further down the order, as the 122 of Tom Müller is now up into fourth position, up past Hugo Goethel. So it must have been the case that the biggest driver to miss out on that was the 102 of I'm just looking at the further back. Miko Mikov loses another position. So I think Leandro Fischer definitely making some headway and is now up into, I think, is that sixth place? Is that fifth place? That's fifth place, I think. No, that is sixth. My apologies there. But Austin Lee has kept going and is just keeping the blinkers on. Goes down the start-finish straight to complete another lap. Lap number 4 in the books. 56.482 as Leandro Fischer, last time round, set the fastest lap of anybody. And has gone through and is, for the 2 laps in succession, Leandro Fischer has done exactly a 55.892. As there has been, now we've had a moment. One of the drivers has got a nose cone up in the air, and that is the 112 of David Schnell. So David Schnell, I think that race, unfortunately, is trying. Well, he's trying to hook down the front part of the Nassau, and that was literally David Schnell could not see anything. So Austin Lee still leading the way, was over 1.8 seconds last time. As Maassen and Ungnade, these two are teammates at Nies Racing. Double waved yellows because of obviously the issue for David Schnell from Kartschmied.de. And now, as the car has been pulled off of the racing line, double waved yellows at turn 2 have been retracted. So back to full green flag conditions. But Leandro Fischer still making moves up the order, now up into 5th place, and could be going for 4th momentarily. Tom Müller in the 122, now having to watch as Leandro Fischer closes on a rate of knots. And then trying to go up the inside, looks to have made the move stick. That's a great move from Leandro Fischer on Tom Müller through the final corner. So nicely done there, but I don't think Tom Müller is done yet. David Schnell is now going to be a confirmed retirement pretty much. But Montego Maassen and also Jonas Ungrade still battling away over 2nd and 3rd position respectively. But Leandro Fischer not able to get away from Tom Müller at the minute. So Müller will have the advantage of a potential slipstream as they come through, they dart their way right and left through that final chicane on the circuit. So we come to the last 2.5 minutes of the racing day for Minimax. Austin Lee, Jonas Ungnade and Montego Maassen still battling away over 2nd position. But this is allowing Leandro Fischer, who's just put in the fastest lap of the race of anybody, a 55.172, as Maassen tries closing up on Ungnade, going through into turn number 5. I've just seen that Hugo Goethel has got Miko Mikov for company in the 102. So the 174 really having to watch what happens behind. But then I'm just seeing that Leandro Fischer was just over 9.5 tenths adrift of the driver in front, Montego Massen. And Massen was 0.071 of a second adrift of second place. But the pace that Leandro Fischer has got, this is basically wanting to provide an idea of what we're going to see tomorrow. As Fischer comes out of the slipstream of Massen, gets alongside, looks to go on the inside through the right-hand kink in turn 1 into turn 2. Fischer knows that he now can time that to a better opportunity coming through on the next lap. As Mikko Mikov now gets past Hugo Gürtel for position. The battle for second not quite over and done with yet, but Austin Lee has got well over a 2-second lead as Leandro Fischer up the inside of Montego Massen into third place. That's a great move there from the RS competition driver through the penultimate chicane on the circuit. Just absolutely measured it perfectly and now has the chance to get past Jonas Ungnade. So we now will have lap number 9 completed, and we'll go now onto the penultimate lap of the race. 33 seconds on the clock, as now Leandro Fischer looking at the back bumper of Thomas Ungnade and goes up the inside through turn 2, forces the Nice Racing driver wide, and as a result of that, Montego Massen jumps up into third place. That was a great move there by Fischer. Absolutely timed that perfectly. So the 122 of Tom Müller now could have a chance maybe at a top 4 place. So time has expired for Minimax for the day. And this time around, Austin Lee in the 107 will see the last lap board. Just over 1,315 metres to go. As now Montego Massen trying to close in on Leandro Fischer and goes about 2 or so tenths of a second quicker on that particular occasion. Tom Müller and Thomas Ungnade still battling away over what is 4th position on the road, as we have had a spinner. Now that, I think that was that Tom Müller that just span out going into the infield part of the circuit through turn 5. And that is a shame. Tom Müller. As now we come to the conclusion of the Minimax action here at Muelsen on day 1 of 2 for the first of 3 rounds of the 2020 Rotax Max Challenge Germany season. This time the checkered flag waves for Austin Lee in the 107. And a great job by Leandro Fischer, who takes both hands off the steering wheel whilst crossing the line to celebrate in style. Montego Massen takes P3 ahead of Jonas Ungnade, with Mikko Mikov rounding out the top 5. Hugo Gürtel takes 6th ahead of Tom Müller. Moritz Wolber in 8th ahead of Adrian Hoare, with David Chihuk ending up in 11th behind Maximilian Schreier, who rounds out the top 10 with an unfortunate retirement from David Schnell.